daily. The Zohar says, Rav Sabe would daven to Hashem, he should have food, even when the food was on the table, because it comes from Hashem. We'll interrupt with a Hasidic story. Famous Reb Zushe, the Alter Rebbe's good colleague, close friend, would have a custom. He would finish davening and he would make a statement. Zushe will essen. He wants to eat. And his Shamesh, Gabbai, Shamesh, would bring him in food. Servants, Shamoshim, for a Rebbe, for a Tzaddik, he would always take a simple person. Because if he's a big chassid, he won't be able to sit down and put food for the Rebbe. He'll start shivering. The food will fall on the floor. Like we all know that when the Rebbe was with Dr. Weiss, should be well, who helped the Rebbe in Tovshin Lamed Ches, the Rebbe had to cure his heart. The Rebbe said to him, deal with me as you are a doctor, not as a chassid. So they would call simple people. So this simple Shamesh said, what is he making shtick? Makes himself like a holy man. He talks to Hashem, and Hashem gives him the food. I have got to teach him a lesson. That I am the one who is his provider. I provide the food, I bring it to him. And you know, he should be thankful to me. What is he making shtick as it doesn't even, it's coming from Hashem to him. I've got to make sure he gets it. Tomorrow morning, he won't get the food. Till he will search for me. He'll start searching. I'll come out from my hiding and I'll say, I am the source for your food. No, good. That day, that the Shamesh had a plan that the next day he'll do it. A guest came to Anepoli. Anepoli didn't have such paved streets, sidewalks like University Heights and Beechwood. They had what's called a blotte, mud, not a little bit. You have to go with boots. And the blottes would grow, would be large blottes. So they would have a log put that people could walk on the log. But it's one person at a time. Came a guest, a rich man, wants to go on the blotte. Has to step on the log. He sees a small yid, as they would call him in Yiddish, a yidele, small yid, wrapped up, healed up. I'm not going to wait for him. I've got better things to do. He had an elbow, gave him a push, and he went through. He comes to shul for mincha. You heard what happened? You heard what happened? A terrible thing happened. What happened? Each one asked the other one. Our tzaddik, Reb Zushe, was found in the mud, in the blotter. What happened? He didn't feel well. Doesn't seem that. It seems that somebody came and pushed him. What? Reb Zushe, the tzaddik, somebody had a chutzpah to push him off. It's a terrible thing. And this guest, the rich man, faints. Oh, Rabbi Yehuda, they brought cold water. What's bothering you? A guest comes and faints. He can't relax. You're among Jews, will help you. He says, I am the one who pushed off Reb Zushe. They said, Reb Zushe will forgive you. You go and ask Mechila forgiveness. What should I do? I should knock on Reb Zushe's door. Reb Zushe will open the door. He say, hello, I'm a guest in town. I'll introduce myself. I threw you down from the log. I wouldn't be able to bring out those words from my mouth. They said, we'll give you an idea. Reb Zushe has a custom that when he finishes davening, he says to Hashem, Zushe wants to eat. Be sure that you're there when you hear him making that statement, making that announcement. Walk in with a tray of food. Good idea. The next morning, he's there waiting. Zushe finished davening. He brings in the food. He says, that gives him already an access to talk to Reb Zushe. And he says, please forgive me. Won't do it again ever. He promised. He's never going to do this again. Finished. The Shamesh is in hiding. He already hears Reb Zushe saying that statement. He is waiting anxiously. Reb Zushe should come looking for him. Nothing doing. What happened? Tip-tops, goes, opens the door slowly. He sees a beautiful tray. What does this Shamesh do every day? A piece of herring, a piece of hard bread, and a little bit tea. What could he bring? And here, a tray with beautiful some. So the Shamesh faints. So she gets all nervous. First of Eid comes, almost faints. Not Shamesh faints. What happened? So they says, he explains it. My big mistake. I do see now, I realize that the food comes from Shamayim. I'm just delivering the food. So here we have, back to the Zohar, even if the food is on the table, but you should know the power to you, human being, to eat is min Hashamayim. So the Teva, what's happening every day, is min Hashamayim.